documents so that we can continue to measure success. Because there'll always be a lot of issues that come up, but if we don't have a guiding document for our way forward or the thing that we're measuring success, so it's easy to shoot from everywhere. Then the presidential roundtable, we envision it to start quarterly, that is in the presidency, and that's a full cabinet with the president, the deputy, the CSs and the PSs quarterly, but this will be on issues that are not resolved at the counties and ministerial levels, which are national and international in nature, which will be compiled to form the agenda of the PRT. Then the PRT will not, it's easy to go with about 10 sectors, 18 sectors, or 18 issues and not resolve any. So the idea is to have 3 to 5 sectors each quarter, and to ensure interaction of all sectors in the presidency by the end of each year. So that we're not only having the board of KEPSA meeting with the president or certain sectors, let's say maybe tourism and construction, but different sectors also have an interaction with the president within the year in each quarter. So we're having about 3 to 5. And at the end of each year, we have a PRT with all the leaders from both sides, including development partners, because we know they also have a forum with the government, and we're all looking at the same issues to realize the vision 2030, and then review the progress of the year, and at the end of that, then work on the agenda for the next year. So that's the draft that we've come up with that I'll invite for comments and additions and subtractions and adoption.
So thank you, Carol. So any comments on that proposed structure?
So if you might have to find somebody to take the mic around the house. We just want on a quick note, which the security become part of the secretariat. We know the secretariat, there's no page here. Page 2, where we have the presidency, KEPSA, evolution, and that the interior also provide a person to join the secretariat, because as a ministry we want to be very, very closely involved in this process of making sure that the environment is secure enough for you to do what you know best.
Okay, we take it as a proposal for now.
We don't know what's going on. We don't have a document. We need a document. Just a document. Where are the sectors? Where are the sectors?
Yeah. Please give the mic to Anne.
Thank you, Chair. 2 things. We don't have the list of the 18 sectors, or the ones that we are good at. All the issues that we think we could address are included. But having said that, while we wait for the list, I think I would suggest that we reduce the number of meetings where the president is chairing, because quarterly is not practical. We'll probably write it down, but he may not be able to do quarterly. So it might be useful to make them at least just at most 2 in a year, and then maybe structure the other ones to have the cabinet secretaries be the ones who actually sit, and maybe you can request the deputy president or your sector CS, who is aidant, or Phyllis Candia to chair those sessions.
Okay, those
Kenya Association of Manufacturers make a proposal on the structure. I think what we need is simplicity. We need to have simplicity in how we engage. And I propose that we have 4 major or 5 major thematic areas. And the first thematic area is around trade and investment. And a multiplicity of ministries can come there. And there can be a technical a level engagement, then you can have a policy level engagement. But let me just go through the thematic areas broadly in my thinking. Trade and investment. Then you've got energy and infrastructure. Then you've got, we can talk about environment. Then there's culture and sports and security. I've just chosen those 5. And they could be changed or added. But then it needs to be that every business member organization of KEPSA, their CEO or because they have special interests. Let me give you an example of KTN. Then would come with our own committees and engage on a quarterly basis with the specific ministries. And let's have meetings that don't have a lot of protocol. Let's just meet and get straight to the meetings and let's paperwork. We have many people working for us who can prepare the paperwork. So we should not have meetings dealing with anything above 3 issues. Yeah? 3 core priority issues. And then we can escalate those issues based on the good proposal you've given, you presented to us, Carol. So when we go to the president, we don't go with more than two matters that are really meaningful. Because at cabinet secretary level and at county level, we can resolve a lot of matters, just in terms of a structure and a way of moving forward. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm not quite sure whether I should speak and whether I should even be here, but you might want to be. Thank you. So if you say so, then I'm given the permission to talk. I just wanted to give you my experience over the many years as private sector policy advisor in my former life. I agree with what the CS said. You cannot, guarantee the president to be there on a quarterly basis, number 1. So it can be, normally it's a climax. It's at the end of the year, where, the private sector, different sectors will be having their discussions with the different sectorial ministries. Then that distills, and there is a meeting, and I agree with him, on a thematic basis on policy issues, where you will be meeting with the cabinet secretaries. Then, you distill that. There will be some that we will put under rapid resource initiative. There are some that will be solved by the secretarial ministries. There are some that will be resolved by the Ministry of Finance. There are some that will be resolved by the Ministry of Planning. There are some to be resolved by the AG's office. So all these things will be discussed. And then it will be distilled again. When you go to see the president, it's very strategic and it's very clear message with 1, 2, 3 agenda at a time. And my own experience is even when we did it in Ghana, in Botswana, every 6 months in given one. So what ended up to do is just at the end of this whole process, then the clients will be with the president. It's just a piece of my own, from my own experience, a piece of advice. Thank you so much.
Okay, there's something for agribusiness, a continental platform, and at the same time, I'm working towards developing a Kenyan agribusiness platform. We all know that the AU has announced that year 2014 is a year for agriculture and agribusiness and food security. This has a lot of implication. I want to agree with Polycarp that we need to look at fundamental and thematic areas, and not forgetting that agribusiness and agriculture should be looked at critically and on its own. Thank you.
I have the mic.
Proceed.
For those who don't know me, I'm Chris Kirubi. I think we must look at our Vision 2030. And really, in whatever we want to do, we must follow the spirit of what we set up to achieve by year what? We must 2030. So a lot of our things must be within following that area. And really, we must look what are the enablers that will make business work. If you have a car and it has no fuel, You don't start thinking about the tires, the seats, the doors. You first make sure that there is fuel in this car. And therefore, I think we need to look at the primary issues that would make the economy move. So rather than talk small, we must say, what are the things that if they happen, this economy will move very fast. And the cost of energy and availability and quality of energy. And I'm happy that Njoroge and the secretary is here, my friend Chichi. I think power is crucial. The other issue is the food, which the lady here talked about. Hungry people can't work. Why do we continue to import maize in a huge piece of land we have? We are wasting foreign exchange. So we look at food issues. And the third or fourth one was security. We have the Commissioner General somewhere here. Without security, you will not do nothing. So we do need to really just capture those key areas. And as the lady there from UN said, can we first engage the people involved in those implementation of those areas? And also, we are behaving like we are still in the old constitution. We must start harnessing what is coming from the counties. What is there in the counties? So that when we speak for the whole country, not Nairobi County. So those issues need also a very dedicated secretariat with research people who are going around collecting facts. We cannot expect that young lady almost single-handedly to do that. We need to empower that department. And I think I'll ask my friend from UN, we are discussing to see whether we can add value to you. The World Bank promised something. I think this secretariat must be a serious working department, so that when we talk to the government people, we have researched and equally we have solution. Going to the people to tell the president this and that without telling him the solution, the way we see it, we will be wasting his time.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Are you trying to get me to sit down?
Yes.
Yes, I will. I will now like to sit down, but seriously, I would like to make sure we draw on people with the experience in running these affairs. This is not a showpiece where we just go and interact. We need to be specific. And I'm happy our finance man is here, because financial inclusion are very important. This country, we are overtaxed. We need everybody to pay tax so that not a few people paying too much tax. And you need to be friendly to people who pay tax. Otherwise, we have a lot of problem fighting KRA. For what reason? When we are the chicken that lays the golden egg. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for keeping talking.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let's have Betty. Please, let's be brief. Huh? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think for the Association of Manufacturers, what has been said, from my experience in dealing with business issues, and talking to the cabinet secretaries, what is actually critical is cross-ministerial conversations. Because one can have discussions with one ministry, but a lot of the issues need to be tackled by policy in another ministry. And I noticed that what we have proposed is still silo-ish. But what is really critical for conversations is those cross-sectoral forums. So I'd like to emphasize that as much as possible we have either, I'm not sure how cabinet is organized, whether they're subcommittees on economic affairs or subcommittees on infrastructure or subcommittees on external trade. it would be really useful if we are able to engage through those, with those cabinet subcommittees, because that's where a lot of the things will be unlocked, rather than in a silo mentality. So that's a space that isn't yet proposed here, but I'd like to stress that what is critical is that. The second thing is to note that at the county level, there are already a lot of work happening there's a lot of engagement by business groups and business coalitions functioning at that level. But one of the challenges we face is that a lot of issues are rising out of inter-county relations. Besides dialogue, county 1 to county 2, you don't actually have another system of resolving them. So I suppose that maybe in the intergovernmental forum, we should also have a thematic day on business facilitation and a framework for engaging it. And otherwise, the hindrances to commerce that we are experiencing that can only be resolved by the culprits is very problematic. So we need another solution to it. And because at the county level, a lot of things are happening, KEPSA doesn't actually have to reproduce forums at that point, because it's already happening. I think KEPSA can coordinate at the national level, and the business groups, the chamber is very strong, the KENFAP, the Farmers Association, are very strong and spread all over the country. They can actually take the lead in organizing at the county level. But if I say anything else today, we would like these cross-ministerial forums to resolve conflicting issues so we can make progress, rather than be told that belongs to the Ministry of Lands or the Ministry of Trade or Ministry of Finance. We'd like to be able to actually have the conversation, all the ministers involved together. At technical level first, and then at political, at the CS level, because a lot of these things are quite technical. So you need a technical task force that's working first, and then the cabinet secretaries also coming in to resolve the policy and political issues.
Thank you. Just two more. I think we need
KEPSA trade sector. I think once we discuss all this, it's very, very important for us to look at Africa today and look at Africa tomorrow. And the statistics are as follows. Africa's population today is 1.1 billion. By 2050 is going to be 2 billion. By 2040, we're going to have 1 billion people of working age, bigger than India, bigger than China. 70% of our population is under the age of 30. So we have a very young, dynamic population that is earning and looking for jobs. And I think the social piece that we're looking for, the security, food security, everybody's been talking about, they're all interrelated to one subject. And I think we, all of us in this room, should have 3 agendas. 1, job creation. 2, job creation. 3, job creation. If you can just look at that one subject, I think everything else is going to fall in place. So we shouldn't forget that, because that to me is crucial. Thank you.
Thank you. There was some.
The MSFs are structured to engage the executive, and we have a consultative mechanism called a sector board forum. And these are divided into different sector boards like ICTs, agriculture, and so on. And it's through these sector boards that divergent issues are also being addressed, but also have access to other ideas and other sector board issues. And so I think that the current mechanism actually works quite well. We've had 3 MSFs recently. We've had the energy MSF, we've had the mining MSF, the MSF at the Treasury, and they had various stakeholders from different sector boards coming in. We had stakeholders from the ICT sector board with issues on ICT, we had sector boards on education, all engaging the Treasury. And so I think that we also have to understand and appreciate what mechanisms we already have within the KEPSA framework and see how we can actually go pull out on engagement. Some of these issues have a lot of depth, and they can't be generalized. By bringing several sector boards together. So I think that we need to look at this very carefully. We need to look at the sector boards, construction and mechanisms. We need to also see that in the last 3 MSFs, including energy and so on, there's a profound change in the way we engage government. They're more open, they're able to discuss issues openly, and they share in some of the key challenges that they face.
Thank you. The gentleman there, and then I'll give Anne 1 minute.
Maybe I look like that, but allow me
You look
to say
like me, actually.
that's what I was hoping you'd notice. It wasn't a gentleman, but here we are. Allow me to one express apologies from CS Felix, who has had to travel, and therefore I'm standing in for him as well as myself. He almost took words from my mouth, but just to say, because food security has been mentioned a couple of times, we need to also appreciate the relationship between security, as it were, and food security. I think is a natural relationship, especially when it comes to conflict that we have witnessed when we are fighting over resources, water, land, and so forth and so on. But also to just say there already exist some mechanisms established on our side. And we have what we call the agriculture sector coordinating mechanism, for example, where the interconnected, interrelated ministries already have had a forum that has been working, and I'm told worked quite well. I think we need to reactivate mechanisms which served us well before we took office, before we start creating other structures. One, because if we start from point zero, there was already a bit of what had been achieved, as I understand, and is all documented. I think build and upscale from there is my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you. Anne, you had something to say?
As one of the key things that we should be looking into, which is the doing business indicators, we might want to actually have a separate sector forum or team that liaises with government to address all the indicators that make us be ranked so poorly. And Vimal also raised the same issue, so I just thought I should raise that since it hadn't been mentioned. Previously, we had worked with institutions such as KTN when we were in the Treasury on business regulatory reform, but it needs to move a little bit faster so that we can see we can get our ranking to less than 100, if possible, the 50 mark and going up. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I need to bring this to a close. We need instance will actually share their own sessions and come up with the issues that affects their ministry. And then there will be the presidential roundtable, and issues that cannot be resolved at the ministerial level will be taken up to the presidential level. I think there was an enrichment that came from Betty that we don't want to deal with ministries as silos. So we need cross-cutting issues, for example, or cross conversations between ministries need to be addressed. There was also a proposal that we need to focus on key thematic areas: trade and investment, energy, environment, culture and sports, security, and I think obviously there's an addition on agriculture, that agriculture has to be one of the key thematic area. Have I forgotten any other? I think we've included security. So we are talking about actually 6 thematic areas if you include agriculture. Then security would like to be included as part of the secretariat. And I was also wondering whether my ministry would be included because I'm the alternate chair, so that we are aware of the issues. And then there was a proposal from Anne that we need another forum on doing business indicators. That's really very important for us as government to address. I think if we agree on
Thank you. I think CS Anne had also asked which sectors are represented in KEPSA so that to see what is missing. And out of that, we have 14. We have trade and investment, which includes ESC. We have energy. We have environment and natural resources and mining. We have culture and sports and youth. We have transport and infrastructure. We have education, science and technology. We have ICT. We have agriculture. We have land, housing and urban development. We have justice and governance. We have national security. We have devolution and planning. We have national treasury. We have industrialization, which includes MSCs.
And I think the challenge here is, do we go by what KEPSA is proposing, or do we actually have fewer thematic areas? I think that's the question. Sorry.
Suggestion, you may throw it out of the window, but it might actually be easier to engage within those sectors. That way, you're not replicating, and you're working within the same framework that the government is using. So it even provides the inter-ministerial engagements. So you might want to realign your sectors to the existing MTF sectors, and then if you decide that you want fewer sectors on your side, you can have one of your sectors dealing with. Okay, and if you decide that you want 5, because the government ones I think are 10 or 11, you may want actually to then maybe have one of your sectors dealing with 2 of the government sectors. That way you get all the ministers together, all the PSs and all, they already have these forums where they engage and consult on the budget issues and policy issues, so that those are the same sectors that you use. Thanks.
For transition in Kenya. And as we go forward, we've got counties, we've got national government, and we've got the county governments. I think our engagement at every level is important. Now, when we say KEPSA, it doesn't mean KEPSA alone as an institution. I think Chamber, KF, all these other FD, all of them are included in this. And then wherever we've got engagements at county levels, we will bring them up. But then when we talk about thematic areas, I agree with that fully, because that's what we will come to at presidential roundtables. But overall, I think when we have these engagements at ministerial sort of stakeholder forums, the issue, I think, is important. We've had engagements with quite a few cabinet secretaries, and they've been very fruitful to thrash out serious issues in those ministries, and cross-cutting issues will come out from there. From there, we can escalate. As per the proposal, number 1, 2, 3, 4. If you look at it, we can bring up all the other issues, and at presidential roundtables, we'll have actually, like what you said, thematic areas. That's what will be cross-cutting. If we look at the doing business indicators, number 1, the competitiveness index, when you touch those issues there, it will bring up all cross-cutting issues. When it talks about flows of trade and flows of investment, I think it will come up quite well. So what I suggest is, we can actually take all these proposals down, form a small team, bring it together. We've got governors and directors of KEPSA. We will discuss with the cabinet secretaries, come up with a framework and say this is what it is. I think the first proposals, number 1, 2, 3, 4, are acceptable. Now we'll put down on that what are the thematic areas that distill out of this and bring it up. I think that's probably the agreement we can talk about today. I have a request, a particular request that to all the cabinet secretaries, when it comes to your ministerial stakeholder forum, please chair those meetings. Let's get engaged there, because that then really, we can clap if you want. But I think it's a request, an earnest request. When you start chairing those meetings, you will be able to see the issues within your own selves, and we will help you align that. I think that's important, and I think we've had a few this week, also last week, and they'll be quite fruitful. So with that, I just want to mention that, yes, there are structures of engagement already present. Let's start looking at them. Let's start how we refine them. And I think the thematic areas of job creation is overcast in a way that it becomes the KPI, key performance indicators, or whatever we do going forward. So with that, I just want to say, Madam Phyllis, I think it's important. We've actually heard people out. Let's bring this together, and we shall then segregate this back and say, fine, let's add me to it. But today was a request, and I had a word with the president. He says, I can't attend this one, but January, we will definitely have one. And he already said that in his speech. He said, in January, we'll have one where we talk about the main issue of security. And I think the security team has already discussed that, saying, let's bring up the issues. We've already formed a where we'll get these things out and really bring up what are the issues that we cannot thrash out, what really needs to be done. That's where we'll have a cross-cutting issue on security. So probably in January, we'll start off with that security one, and we'll bring up all the other issues. But however, before that, if we can have thematic areas being discussed with each, in January, probably have a break till Christmas, New Year. Thereafter, hit the ground running. Let's get those meetings going in January. Let's distill the issues. And what the president also told me is, for 2014, he would like to have quarterly meetings where we thrash out and really go, because the energy required to take off is important. And I think the sectors are involved. Let's get engaged. Let's really bring out serious issues which help us, all of us, to go into progress. When we talk about the number 50 position at the competitiveness index and doing business indicators, there's a lot there we have to do. And I think that's going to be cross-cutting across everyone. And we cannot become silos anymore. I think we've got to work together. So this is the agenda for today, and I think if we structure that in that manner,
Let's all unite, because the private sector also unites together, the governments unite together, we form this new PPP, People, Public-Private Partnership, and really get going. I think the agendas are clear, Madam Phyllis. So maybe on that front, you may want to conclude that this is the session that we've discussed. Today's issue was security. We are postponing it to January as per the President's request, and we shall have trashed out a lot of issues that bring up real stuff that we need to get sorted out. If it is treasury, if it is this, if it is that, we need to bring that together. And I think with the IG and of course whoever else is required then. So that's my request, and I think that probably answers the question. Thank you.